Oh, see, that's me.
All right, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Nightmare Stories of the Otherside. Tonight, we welcome in Hope Hawkinson. She has been a dedicated paranormal investigator since 2012 and founded Ghost Reapers Paranormal. With over 20 years of experience as a professional witch, I have operated and owned Raven's Realm Spiritual Center and Metaphysical Shop in Sparks, Nevada for the past decade.
Yep.
Some of her abilities include clairaudience, clairsentience, and clairvoyance. With a profound connection to the spirit world, she specializes in bridging the gap between the living and the beyond. So welcome in, Hope, and tell us a little more about yourself.
Thank you. So yeah, I'm Hope. Nice to meet all of you. I've been a witch pretty much my entire life through my mother and other family members. I kind of grew up in it. Had my abilities my whole life. I really wanted to open a space, starting with like the witchcraft side. I really wanted to open a space for our spiritual community. So I started with actually opening a spiritual center, which then kind of turned into a metaphysical store. And I'm a professional tarot reader. I don't call myself a medium by any means, but I definitely have gifts. Mine's very much hearing, seeing pictures in my head. I really like to help bridge the gap. Death is like and the dead and dealing with spirits is really scary to some people, even if they're spiritual or witches themselves. So I'm here basically as a conduit to really help kind of bridge that gap and make it not so scary, and make death and dealing with the paranormal and the things that are around us in our everyday lives not so freaky to people, to learn to kind of merge with it. And so, yeah, I've been paranormal investigating for a really long time as well, over 20 years. I also am a docent at the Nevada State Prison here in Nevada, which is very, very haunted. We get some of our best evidence that comes out of the prison there. So I'm involved in that with the ghost walks locally, the paracons. I try to go up and, absorb that environment and be helpful where I can if needed. So, yeah, I'm just kind of a little bit into both spaces.
So for paranormal investigations, how did you get into going on those, and what piqued your interest in actually getting out and investigating?
So it's actually a funny story, and people will probably kind of look at it like, but when you think back to like the 60s and 70s, my mother was actually gifted a spirit board when she was 17 from a friend. And she had a very strong connection with the spirit with that board. And she introduced speaking to spirits and really understanding some of our gifts at a very young age. And she would teach us how to kind of make that connection. And so when it was just kind of always something we were around, but when paranormal investigating came along, I was actually living in Atlanta at the time. My family is from the South, so I went home for a while, and Atlanta is a very, very, very haunted state. Lots of history. Yeah. And me and some friends were like, hey, let's start walking around cemeteries and let's kind of how everybody starts that way.
Yeah.
I do this and I have this gift and, I've been doing this my whole life and I can do this and, let's get together and do some cool stuff. And that's kind of how it started. And then we just built a team over time and really started investigating and submerging ourselves in haunted locations. It sounds really crazy, but I feel very comfortable in those types of environments. So it always piqued my interest to want to learn more what's on the other side of this? What is,
Yeah.
I really had that pull driven to, what is this I can see? What is this I can feel? How can I prove this? How can I make people understand that there are spirits around us all the time? And it just, the paranormal hype kind of started, and people, more equipment started coming out, and it just kind of develops that way. So, yeah, but it started in Atlanta, came here. So, yeah. And sometimes for me, it's great to have a team, but for me, I also have to kind of be a little nomad myself with my gifts. So it is nice to do team stuff and be able to really plug in and experience the paranormal with other people. But for me, with my gifts and kind of my work and what I do, I really need to be able to plug in with other teams and other people and do other things. So I'm kind of a little nomad in that way of working with other people. And so it just, the paranormal just built and built and built from there.
Yeah.
So,
And you probably figured out that Nevada's got a lot of haunted spots too, huh?
Oh my gosh, it is. If you guys ever come out here, let me know. Virginia
Okay.
City in itself, the ghost town we have here that people
Yeah.
actually live in, like the Washoe Club and
Yep.
all those big the Mackey Mansion,
Mansion.
all those, yeah. So very, very haunted, very, very active everywhere, pretty much in Virginia City. We have Bodie, which is a ghost town. There's so much history here, just even like in our downtown Reno area. Janice Oberdeen, which is a paranormal author who lives here locally, she has written some amazing history and literature on all of our local haunted and ghost lore.
Sure.
So there's a lot. There's a lot in Nevada. Yeah. Yeah.
I used to live in Idaho, Boise, Idaho, and they worked for Atlas Van Lines, and they get two of our big accounts were down in Las Vegas, and then they into Utah. So I'd get through Nevada once a week at least.
Oh wow. Yeah. Yeah. And it's not even just the supernatural ghosts that people experience here. There's alien activity, skinwalker. We have a town here that is right outside of Virginia City that's really a quiet little town, and there's like an energy force there. So people are pulled there and hearing clicking and not human language. And we just have so much rich history in the land here that it's layers and layers and layers of stuff. So people are experiencing some really insane things, all the time. So yeah, if you ever make it to Reno with any time, I could show you guys some really cool haunted places.
Yeah, it's definitely on the list, and trying to fit in. It definitely won't be this year, but
yeah,
who knows what I can add into the next year. But
especially the Nevada State Prison, you got to get that on your list. That is something else.
Yeah, the prisons are on our list.
Yeah,
but that might be a while, just because of it always seems like all the prisons have like the 18 plus age tag on them, and like my daughter that you
15.
just saw,
yeah,
she's only 12. So
I know how that is when you have kids that are growing up in the environment and they're seeing and feeling and experiencing too, and they're just eager to get out there and do what mom and dad's doing and stuff. And it's hard when you can't get them with you because of the 18. So yeah.
But yeah, so far, like the only places I've run into where she can't go are the prisons, but everything else is just like fair game.
Fine with, yeah. Yep. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, ours is 15 to do the ghost walks and do stuff like that. But yeah, when she's 15, you definitely got to bring her. It's an experience. There's I've seen some things in that prison I've never seen in my life. It's insane. It really is.
So what are some experiences there? Because I've only seen like the one video that Project Fear did with Sam and Colby when they were recently there.
Oh yeah, I was there that night. So we have like specific spirits and specific areas that usually make themselves known. When the first time that I visited the prison back in the cafeteria area, back where they make the food, there's these huge freezers back there, and there's no top on that; it's flat. So you would hear running of just. And we were sitting in there. It was me and my mother, and we were just running audio, and you could just feel, the feeling when it comes on. And she just turned on her audio, and we sat there very quietly. And we didn't even think about it at first. And when we listened back to it, it almost sounds like a lion and something clicking and like trying to communicate with us. And we could feel it. You can feel us like react to the energy shift. But that was probably the first time I had ever really heard a non-human language that vibrated even just through the audio. It just touched you somewhere deep down where it really it was one of those moments where I was like, wow, okay, so this is where we are. All right. So that was probably my first really big experience. We have a shadow figure he's described kind of like a blob. We catch a lot of black blobby mists looking things. We have a child there that is Sebastian. And before the prison was a prison, it was a hotel. And
interesting.
So when you come to the prison, you'll learn kind of the whole history of it. So we call him Sebastian. And I've caught some of my best EVPs from him, very, very clear, asking, do you want to play? He likes the lights, so they're very interactive with that. But we have one spirit there, which you can do he had his last interview before he was executed is actually on YouTube. It just gives you the wiggies. His name is Carol Cole. And he was a serial killer, killed quite a few women. And he was housed at NSP. And he is very prominent there. One of my best friends, she's also an investigator. Her name is Michelle LeBaron. They call her the Ghost Magnet. She had a really intense experience there, caught on film, where we were opening the death chamber to take some pictures in there, and you could just see her face shift. He likes to touch a lot. He can be nasty at times, like on audio, but he also really likes to tell his stories. So we get a lot of audio from Mr. Cole. A lot of different just mists, orbs. We get a lot of whistling. We get a lot of like guard walking. Footsteps are a huge thing there. Keys, whistling. Oh my gosh, it's just so much. It's layers. And I pretty much experienced all of it. The shadow figure that I caught was really interesting because they'll bang on the doors down like really tall cell blocks. They'll bang down there. And like there's nobody down there. And this one particular night, it sounds like cell doors opening and closing almost. And it was bang. And I just took a picture and snapped it. And I didn't notice it at first, but I actually caught him stepping across to the other side. And he was a mass. And I thought, wow, that's really interesting that we caught him so clearly. And it wasn't like your typical shadow figure. You could tell that it was a human shape, but totally black. So we catch a lot of those types of things in there. But death row, there's a lot of activity on death row. A lot of touching, but nothing bad. We don't have demonic activity and people getting hurt and things like that. There's just so much layer of history there that you're experiencing all types of different entities.
The things
Sam-
that do the non-human sounds, speaking, best guess, what do you think they are?
So to me, I mean, I can let you listen to the audio. It's absolutely, it will make the hairs on your back stand up. I don't really know. It kind of feels alien-like in a
Okay.
way. It feels very alien. We've also caught, and I think it's on the Nevada State Prison Facebook page. She caught it looked like a mantis head, but an alien, and it was gray, and it was inside the death chamber. So we know that we have, which is really interesting. He's literally standing inside the death chamber.
Wow.
And so we know that we have some sort of elemental extraterrestrial energy happening on the property for sure.
Yeah,
That's
that's kind of what
crazy.
I was wondering with elementals, if it wasn't something like that.
And there's a part of the prison at the time where they put all of the Native Americans. So they had like, the sweat lodges and all these different things over there. And
Sure.
the ground was very holy to them. I've personally seen, like going to lock up at night. Have you ever seen that movie, The Arrival, with Charlie Sheen?
Mm-hmm.
You know how
I
their
think
legs
so.
kick backwards? It looked
Mm-hmm.
like that, but it was white and misty, and it was running across the property, and it was like leaping. That really freaked me out. But it
Wow.
was going to towards the Native American area. So I would say that's more skinwalker. That's more shapeshifter.
Probably,
Yeah.
especially
And
being
they've been
white.
they've also been caught on film. So yeah, it's insane. It's crazy. Yeah. So you guys are investigating quite a bit of places too, right?
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're actually heading out tomorrow. We're going to be going to Eloise Asylum on Saturday night and Madison Seminary on Sunday.
Oh, nice. Eloise is on my list. It's
Yeah.
on my list. Yeah, that's a nice one.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
we haven't been to either, so
Yeah. Yeah. Now you guys are in Minnesota, right? Located in
yes.
Mm-hmm.
Minnesota. Oh, okay. Nice. Is it cold there right now?
Oh no, it's actually the first nice day in 3 days. We've had like 3 days of rain.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. If you guys ever come to Reno, you really should go through Tonopah, Clown
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yep.
Motel, the Mitzvah and stuff. Yeah, we've been up through there. That Clown Motel is it's creepy.
I
I'm sure.
I
It
don't
just
like clowns, but it is
Yeah,
on
I'm
my
not real.
bucket list to go to.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's an amazing little town, and there's a lot of really haunted places there too. But yeah, that's a really interesting place to go. It feels very time warpy in Tonopah.
Mm-hmm.
So you kind of tend to lose like track of time, or when you're walking around the old cemeteries, you're walking and things just seem to be moving farther away from you it's just a weird kind of energy. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Have you ever been down to Arizona to some of the old mining towns down there?
Not yet. We haven't got to Arizona yet. My one of my best friends lives there, and
No.
she said that she's caught some
Yeah.
amazing things over there.
Yeah. And it's kind of the same thing. You get across where the entry into town is, and I guess like you go back in time.
Yeah, yeah, it's very odd. And when
Yeah.
you're really sensitive, it really can kind of affect you, and when you're really submerged, in that environment. But that's kind of my comfort zone too. I always
Yeah.
try to feel things out, and wherever I am, like Sacramento, Placerville, that area is really haunted too.
Mhm.
Walking around up there, so. But yeah, I love paranormal investigating. I don't always get to all the places I want to, owning my own business all the time, but I'm trying to make more time. where you got to make more time for the hobby and less work. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
getting there though. I'm getting
So
there.
I got asked a question today by a coworker, and I'd like to see your take on this question. She goes,
Okay.
going on a paranormal investigation, she goes, what would get you to like, you know, not necessarily quit investigating, but what would scare you the most to go out of a place?
Oh, geez, that's a hard one. I think if something really stepped inside of me and I could not, and I had a really hard time detaching from it, I think that would be a little bit traumatizing to have something uh, step into me or influence me against my will. I think that would I don't think it would make me quit investigating, but I think it would definitely, um, I would definitely probably be taking a break from that for sure. It takes a lot to scare me. I don't know. That's a really good question. What would be yours?
So for me, it's like I told her, I go, I don't really know because it's like,
Yeah,
again, I don't get scared that easily. So
right.
it's like I like to venture off on my own and
Me
do all
too.
this kind of things. But I go, probably what would get me, but again, it probably wouldn't make me quit, is if either I got pushed down some stairs or like got physically thrown.
Yeah,
I go, and she goes, you wouldn't quit? I'm like, probably not, but I'd be just like,
yeah.
holy crap, what just
Even
happened?
then, yeah, even then, I'd be like, I'm just gonna take a break. Maybe I just need to take a break, refocus.
You know,
Yeah, that's a hard one.
what about you, Chad?
Yeah.
Well, I had that time out in Wisconsin, that we were down in the base. It was uh, Catholic church house where they lived at, and then a school.
Oh, uh-huh.
And we were down in the basement of the school, and there was one time where one of the girls was getting an attachment, and one of the
Oh,
guys seen it,
mm-hmm.
and he sent us out, and they're like, "What's going on?" And I was like, she was getting an attachment, and he's trying to get it off, and
Uh,
I got drawn after that to go down there for a solo by myself, which I'm
oh,
fine with.
yeah.
But I got down to the bottom of the steps, and all of a sudden I hear footsteps coming towards me, and he stops right where he's breathing on me, and it's like,
Yeah, I'd probably be like, okay, I need to leave.
yeah,
Yeah, so I feel you on that one.
it's like it didn't really scare me, but I knew that I was about to ready for it to attach
Mhm.
itself
Oh,
to me,
yeah.
and it's like, no, no, not tonight.
Yeah, see, that's me. I think if something really just took over against my will, I think that would be a threshold for me. I'd have to
Yeah,
evaluate with some time. But yeah, I don't know. I don't scare easy. It takes a lot to scare me.
and you could tell that he was pretty powerful.
Yeah.
I think it was an entity that what was saying he was a child, but he wasn't.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Been there, met those. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, met those. Those are the ones that try to get you to trust them. And
yeah,
then before
hitch a
you
ride.
know it, and when you're inexperienced, it's like that for an
Yeah,
attachment. Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
So, wow, that's crazy. Yeah, that would have freaked me out for sure. I think that would have made me say, okay, maybe it's time to wrap up. Maybe it's time to
Yeah.
go home.
Well, we just went to the church.
Yeah, let's go sit in here for a few minutes. Let's get on
Yeah.
some hollow ground.
you know.
Jeez.
So one
Yeah.
subject I want to touch on, when we first started messaging each other, I think it was back in March, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So you had said you just were coming back from 4 nights in Death Valley.
Mm.
Oh, and also I went to Egypt
Oh,
as
nice.
well. So, and my it's that space there is also very much kind of a time zone. It's kind of
Hmm.
a time lap where you don't it's really out kind of in the middle of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
So, and we also, when you're driving by Bodie right there, is very much all, it's just weird out there. And it's more about the feeling and the energy and the things that you're getting in your mind and how you feel versus actually experiencing entities and ghosts and things like that. There's just a different vibe out there, you really have to experience it for yourself. It's really hard to explain, but it's more about that, the type of feelings and just being there versus seeing spirits and having specific entities. Are you guys going to be going to Death Valley or anywhere in that area?
No, not anytime soon.
No.
I mean, it's one of them places that is like what drew people originally to that area to live there. There's nothing there.
There's nothing there. It's literally in the middle of nowhere. And it's so crazy, like with the town of Bodie, the people just vanished. They don't even know what happened to them. When you go out there and you're driving through that area, everything is left just as it was.
Mm-hmm.
So it really is like taking a step back in time. You're just in a different time warp there. I don't know what would make people want to move way out there. It's just, I even think like with Virginia City at the time where it's located, compared to little old Reno. I mean, that was far away from civilization, I couldn't imagine being out that far.
Yeah.
So, but it's a spiritual weirdness energy out there. It's everything that I had said before, seeing weird apparitions, skinwalker images, clicking. My daughter actually, another person that was with us started whistling, and my daughter was like, don't whistle, I've heard that's bad, you're not supposed to whisper at whistle at skinwalkers. And all of a sudden you could hear them like respond and whisper, and then the click, 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 click. And she took, on the Never Ending Story, there's like the guardians you have to go through. There's these two rocks out there that are shaped like that, at the bottom of also Virginia City. And that's where seeing a lot of skinwalkers in that area, just wrapped all the way through there. All the way down is like skinwalker. I mean, people have even said that they've seen werewolves out there. That they've seen entities that, yes, look like skinwalkers, but also part of an other type of entity where it was like part tree and part man, and it looked like a wolf and it was like chasing them. There's a lot of really crazy stories that come from Death Valley and Bodie and kind of all up through where we are. So a lot of cryptid activity out there, versus spirits and ghosts.
Okay.
So yeah.
That's right up Chad's alley.
Yeah. I love the cryptids too.
Yeah. I spent a lot of time in Alaska, Canada, northern Minnesota, Montana, Wyoming, and the West Coast when I was younger, and a lot of Bigfoot activity.
Yeah, that's like Bigfoot country all up in there.
Yeah.
So, did you ever see anything?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Up in Alaska, we've seen a few.
Yeah.
Up there, they're darker than down like in Washington and all that along there, because they're like an ash gray instead of brown.
Oh, interesting. I always see when I'm kind of in that atmosphere, I've always seen them moving through trees, almost like a portal. Like portals, they're moving in and out of trees and in and out of different dimensions, and linking up with even other wildlife and things like that in the woods. It's really interesting to be around that and receiving those types of messages and images of kind of how they're navigating,
Yep.
from
Yep.
being a lot of cryptids. So,
Yeah. And I've always been somebody that wild animals will come right up to me. I got pictures of me feeding a black bear popcorn out of a bowl I'm holding.
oh,
Again, I think that just goes right along with it.
oh,
Again,
absolutely.
they're not scared of me.
No, no, you just
So,
vibrate at a different frequency, than other people do. You're
yeah.
sensitive to it. The animals are sensitive to it. They feel very safe in your care. So, or in your presence.
Yeah.
Yeah. Being drawn to animals being drawn to you is a really positive thing. Means you have really good positive.
Mhm.
Yeah. So that's cool. So you don't cryptid, you're not into the cryptids at all, Matt?
Oh, I am, but Chad's more into that than I am.
Yeah.
I'm slowly starting to get into it.
You're more into like the paranormal, spiritual side of ghosts
Yep,
and
and getting
stuff.
the
Yeah.
history on those locations.
Oh,
And so
I love
everybody's got their
the,
little, what they
Yeah.
really like to do. But
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. So how did your last investigation go that you guys did when we were supposed to last meet? Did you guys get anything good?
yeah, we did get a little bit of good stuff and had a little bit of fun too.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, we
Nice.
were
Where
just
do
at the Redwood Falls Poor Farm, and
Oh.
I had the most fun I've had in a long time because my nephew, Chad's already laughing. My nephew was along, and I pulled a little prank on him.
Oh.
He doesn't know about it yet, but
Yet.
he'll
Yet.
he'll find out eventually. But no, he was down in the basement. I told him, I go, you're gonna do something that we haven't done since we've been. Well, we were only there one other time, but I go, you're gonna do something that we've never done. You're gonna
Mm.
do a solo in the basement for 45 minutes.
Oh. And go ahead.
So we put him down there, and then Chad, my daughter, and our other two team members were up on the main floor. I don't know what they were doing, but I was off on the second floor doing something. I came down, I go, Chad, I go, isn't there another set of stairs to the basement? He goes, oh, yeah, it's right there. So
Yeah.
I snuck down the stairs. God knows how he didn't hear me because those stairs were so creaky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I get down to like the second to bottom stair, and I'm like, I don't want to like step out because I have no idea where he is.
Oh, okay.
So I killed my flashlight, and I saw him come right around the corner. He was like a foot in front of my face. He did not even see me.
Oh my gosh.
So then he goes further down the hallway towards like where the boiler room would be, and he sets up his Ovilus and his REM pod, or I can't remember what he had. But he's like, he goes, if there's anybody here that wants to communicate with me, just knock.
Oh my goodness, I already know where this is going.
So like he knocked, and then I knocked back. He goes, oh, thank you for that. And he's like, okay,
This is the
is
best
anybody
prank.
else here? Say something. Well, he was saying he heard a male voice, and
Yeah.
he heard, he saw somebody walking.
He had a walkie-talkie.
Yeah, he
Oh
had a walkie-talkie that my daughter had, so they were communicating back and forth.
Yeah.
So like I'm recording this on my phone, so I have my point of view. I haven't seen his footage yet from his point of view, but then we got what is getting on the walkie. He freaks out. He goes, "Oh my god!" He goes, "The door just moved. The door just moved." I'm like, "Okay." I go, "I don't know what door he was talking about, but I go, I'm going to take this the next step further." In
Oh
front
my
of me,
gosh.
there was a clothes rack.
Oh no.
So I started making the clothes rack move, and then he lost it.
Oh, he did.
He was
All
going
of a sudden, he's on.
That is the best paranormal prank
Yeah.
I've ever heard.
He's like, "Oh my god!" He goes, "This clothes rack just moved. You guys got to get down here." I'm trying not to laugh.
Yeah.
You can hear Natty laughing on the walkie-talkie. Is like, he goes, "We're trying to get down there. We're on our way." No one ever went down there.
Oh my gosh.
So
That
then,
is so funny.
so then
Uh,
finally he gets upstairs and I come out and I was just like making sure he wasn't down there. Then I go up the other stairwell and I made it look like I was coming in from outside in the back schoolhouse. He goes,
Oh,
"Tell me that was
so
you down there." I'm like, "No, dude, I was outside. What's going on?"
he
So
came
yeah,
in and he was like, "Tell me you were pranking me. Tell me you were pranking me." And so we were just like straight face and
yeah.
no, you've been sitting here.
Oh wow. I
I
don't
go,
know
I
if I
was out
would
in
have
the
been able to
schoolhouse
not
in a
laugh.
complete different building. But like the
He
thing is
still
with
doesn't
him,
know.
what's that?
He still doesn't know.
I have not told him yet.
Oh, this is
So
amazing.
like the thing with him, he's only been to a few small locations in our hometown of Red Wing and then
Oh,
the
okay.
Boyd House out in central Minnesota. So he hasn't been to the bigger locations yet. So it's
Oh,
like,
the real scary ones.
yeah, so it's like that right there just kind of proves that he's not really ready
Ready?
for
Yeah, you're
that
kind
yet.
of breaking him in, testing him a
Yeah.
little bit. Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know. We put videos together, so I don't know when that video is gonna come out yet. So I
Oh,
might not tell him and just let him find out when he watches the
the
video.
video. Oh, that would be amazing too. That would be
Versus the
amazing too.
podcast.
Yeah, but we're going to Indiana State Sanatorium with them on August 1st. So I
Oh,
think I'm gonna wait and tell him
yeah,
until after that so he
sure.
doesn't pay us back somehow.
Oh, right. Yeah, because he probably would. That's going to be the first thing on his list is, oh,
Yeah,
guys,
Well,
that's
at least
amazing.
it's him.
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. That's the funniest prank I've ever heard. I have to try that now. I have to follow and lead. I'm gonna have to do that. That's amazing. I love to scare people.
Yeah.
Fun, but not always on like paranormal investigations. But sometimes you have to, lighten the mood a little bit.
Right. And at least I did it in a like a safer environment where it's
Oh,
not
for
like,
sure.
there's where you could get hurt
Hurt
and
or yeah, fall down or something like that.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, I always have a tendency of startling people because they get, I'm really quiet and they get all of a sudden I'm there.
Oh, yeah.
Like today, I was coming out of a door and they get one of the gals that I work with. They came up beside me and wasn't even paying attention to where she was going. She was looking the opposite direction, and all of a sudden she bumped into me.
Yeah, and you're just there. Oh, sorry,
Yep.
excuse me. I'm not paying attention. That's awesome.
Yeah. So that was fun.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm glad you guys had a really good time.
Yeah.
Mhm. That's one of the places that is really active, but there's really nothing negative there. There's
Yeah.
one entity down in the basement that'll tell you he's negative, but
Hmm.
he's
Oh, we
fine.
have one of those too. Yeah, that always likes big. I'm a demon. We're like, stop lying. That's not true. That's not
Uh,
true. You know, that's good though that it's active and you guys got some stuff. You know,
Yeah. And then
it's okay.
like out in the schoolhouse. So the first time we were there was actually my daughter's first investigation. She connected with this kid spirit named Levi, and
Oh,
they had good interactions throughout the night. She got hit in the face with the dowsing rod because I go, if you hit her in the face, I'll give you $1. I'd
uh,
never seen those dowsing rods move so
bam.
fast.
yeah.
And
Wow.
then a couple weeks ago, we had a video seance with Patty Negri,
Mm-hmm.
and she said that Levi has been with her for like basically the last year.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh,
It'll
And then
that's
be one of her spirit guides now.
yep.
yeah, I've had that happen and I've seen it happen with other people before where you'll pick up a spirit along the way that's just, they're more for protection or,
Mhm.
guidance or
Hmm.
whatever, not so much as like an attachment. It's more just
Hmm.
pick them up and then they're with you.
Yep.
So I have a couple spirits like that too.
And then we had good interaction with him and the other kids again this last time. And so, like on the chalkboard behind the teacher's desk, there's like a list of 10 students. And every or 9 out of the 10 said they were in the schoolhouse, but there was one named Graham. He said he was over in the main building messing with my nephew because his flashlight got
Oh,
moved and he couldn't find it. So there was one kid over there picking on him in particular.
picking on him. Oh,
It was
interesting.
in
Oh,
a completely different room.
So maybe that's who moved the clothes rack.
Yeah.
maybe it was that person. Wink,
It
wink.
was.
I have my business, the Ravens Realm, is actually in an old Victorian. The house is over 100 years old, and
Oh,
there's a lot of originality to it as far as like the original floors, original staircases, things like that. And I've always had spirits in this building. It's really interesting to watch them react with some of my customers sometimes, or when people are here taking classes, or we also have a black shop kitty named Draco and Poe, and we have a security system, and I've caught women on the security system calling them and watching them on the camera come to the stairs like somebody's there and there's nobody there. We catch a lot of paranormal activity on our camera systems at night. Doors closing, opening, we hear giggling, kids running, kids laughing. Uh, the first time I turned the SLS camera on inside this building, it was crazy. There was one on the table. There was one in the hallway, just some little, some big. They like to play with all the equipment all the time. Before I took over the building, my brother and his wife had their business in here, and it was a salon. And
mhm.
salons can be kind of chatty and like
Yeah.
and kind of create that environment. And they did not have a good experience with the spirits that were here. They would come in the morning and their combs would be lined up on the floor. They'd get their hair pulled. And I think it was more the reason that type of activity was going on was because of what was being in the environment. Uh, I think our resident spirit, I call her Mrs. L. She was the original owner of the house. She likes to interact with a lot of people, a lot of customers. So it's really interesting. It just kind of follows me. My business is haunted. It's in a whole,
Mhm.
whole old building. So I have a lot of experiences in here all the time too. Uh, they used to come into my business when they were teaching paranormal classes up at the university. There was some times where they would bring the students down here and let them fill out the spirits and the energy that's here in my building because it feels very safe and there's nothing negative here. So they could learn to work with equipment and learn how to kind of interact with the spirits here. I wasn't part of that program, but my friend was, and she used the building. So we have really good energy here. So we're constantly having paranormal activity going on too. I've only had one scary encounter in here. Where the kitchen is, you can kind of see out of your peripheral the spiral staircase.
Mhm.
And I was doing something, I think I was making oils or doing a spell candle for a client. And I saw a full like person walk down the stairs and just stand there. And I said, "Hey, what do you think this looks like?" And when I turned, it ran up the stairs and then she walked out of the back room and said, "Who are you talking to?" And it wasn't like a spirit or a shadow. It was a full person.
Mm.
And that really startled me because I was like, okay, all right, so we're kind of past the
Yeah.
whole, we're going to manifest as spiritual energy or move something. There's like a person here now. Like you're
Yeah.
really manifesting. So that kind of freaked me out a little bit, but nothing scary. Nothing
Uh,
scary at all here.
well,
Um,
you know what spiral staircases are, don't you?
the what?
You know what spiral staircases are, don't you?
Leading to the,
Portals.
yeah,
Yeah.
like the in between. So it's like the liminal space.
Yep.
So what's really interesting is in my building, it's 2-story, and where we have our classes is like right in the middle. It's a very liminal type space of the building. and it's
Yeah.
right at the top of the staircase. And yeah, liminal spaces. Even in Reno, there's a lot of places that you can say, oh yeah, this is definitely a liminal space, or this is a crossroads area, or this was built this way. And spiral staircases you find all over the place here in the
Yes.
old houses. Even when we were breaking down to make a little room for the store, we just took one small wall down. We found things that people had put back in the walls in the 1900s that was superstitious to keep bad spirits away and things like that. So of course we put it back and sealed it back up, but it is very, you can tell when you're going up the staircase that everybody feels it too. Like when they want to take tours of the building, they'll get to the top of the staircase and it's that like elevator drop.
Yep.
And they're like, ooh, this feels different up here. Not in a bad way. It just feels
different energy.
Yeah, it's vibrating differently. So yeah, the staircase is really neat. I'm glad that we were able to keep a lot of originality of the house. I think it gives it its own spirit,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's a really neat house. I feel like the energy that we've implanted into the space and the type of people and practitioners. I have readers and Reiki healers and people that do soul retrieval and several different people that offer workshops and classes. And so we're always plugging back into the community and about education, and they come in here and they feel very drawn here. I'm glad that we're able to have this space for them, and it's just kind of built from there. And I have so many different people that work in and out of here.
Yeah.
So for all that, is it all in person, or do you do anything virtually?
Yep. We do stuff virtually. I think me and two of my other readers do readings virtually. My Reiki girl does Reiki virtually. So I have one reader that does in person only just because of her schedule. But yeah, most of the services that we offer here can be done virtually. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you guys ever need any services with anything, you know where to find me.
All right. So another question I have for you being out in the desert, what are some like really good UFO hotspots out there?
Oh my gosh. Okay. So definitely Virginia City, down in that whole dropping down in through Carson is a really big hot spot. There's been a lot of UFO activity seen out there. Rachel, which is a big energy plant, basically going out towards Fernley. People have seen a lot of things in the sky out there. They've experienced weird rocks showing up in different areas, rocks rearranged in certain like symbols and different things like that. We have a lot of caves along the way as well, like the old Lovelock caves and things like that, all out through that area. US UFO. It's more towards, I would say, this side. And of course, we have Area 51 and highway out through that way. Anywhere going through here in Tonopah is all hot spot for UFO activity. But closest to me, I would say, would be Virginia City at the bottom and Rachel out by the big power plant out there going toward Fernley. We being out in the North Valleys where I live, which is on the opposite end, we're on the outskirts of the city, so it's very dark out there. We see questionable things in the sky, questionable lights, orange lights hovering over one of the mountains out there. People have reported there is a military base right out over the hill from there. So that area, people have reported some things, but I don't know if I would call it a hot spot though, but that's kind of on the other side. But yeah, I would say Rachel and down and through Virginia City, down in Dayton and through that area.
All right. Yeah, I've always been fascinated with UFOs. I have
I know.
somewhere over my books, I have like a giant, like 600-page book on UFOs I just got.
Oh, interesting. Nice. Yeah, I am very into working with other planetary and extraterrestrial energies because they're definitely there. They're definitely out there. There's, I believe, been a lot of documented evidence that we are clearly not alone. And that energy is a little different to work with because you're the communication and the way that you interact and feel them is different than it is when you're interacting with a ghost or a spirit.
Yeah.
So I'm really, I get pinned focus on extraterrestrial work too. So
Yeah, definitely have to make it out there because then we'll get all aspects of it.
I know you guys got to come out. There's just so many amazing places out here. And there's even a lot of amazing places out here that really haven't been investigated a whole lot, that are spaces that are still new to interacting with people coming in and trying to communicate, versus somewhere that's just been so overly investigated. It's still on the bucket list, but so you never know. I mean, there's still a lot of things I feel to be discovered in a lot of different liminal spaces and hotspots out in the desert and in these mountains and around these areas of old caves and mines, things like that, where there's still a lot to be discovered out there.
For sure.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you got to figure with any mine, there was death involved with it.
Oh, absolutely.
What so there's spirits all over the place.
Oh, over the place, and especially in Virginia City with the mines. I mean, they had just horrible fires and mine collapses up there, and out in Lovelock, there's a lot of history about the giants that they found buried out there, and the lore where they came from, and the type of entities that they were interacting with, that they were painting on the walls. And so I agree. I feel like there's just so much more to be explored. And I love to paranormal investigate and go to haunted locations and experience new things. But I'm in a space where I'm kind of ready to go to the next level, of just walking around with the REM pod and saying, is anybody there? Kind of, investigating. Yeah. I really feel like the paranormal community needs it. We need to level up, somewhere and really start discovering new things that are out there, new energies, new entities, new. I don't know if you guys have, no, because you haven't been out this way. Also, up on Donner, I'm sure you've heard about the Donner Party up on Donner. There's the Donner tunnels up there that were all built by Chinese immigrants that were brought in to build the train tracks through the mountain, and a lot of them died up there. There is a different type of energy that goes on in those tunnels. That would be I think it's 3 miles in and 3 miles out. I've experienced a lot of shadow figures in there, a lot of audio, hey, get out, whispering, movement on the rocks, knowing that you're being watched. A lot of that, definitely pictures, videos of shadows and things moving along the walls in there. I've never encountered anything demonic or scary, but I've also never made the time to go up there and actually just be up there at dark by myself with nobody else, tourists and stuff being up there.
Yeah.
Our winters here have been really long, and I hate being cold, and that's a cold investigation. So I've been kind of putting that off a little bit, but I have visited many times at dusk and even right at dark and during the day and all different times. And you will absolutely catch things in there at any time. That's another really hot spot that you could check out up in that area.
Yeah. Have you ever got any EVPs in Asian?
No, but
No.
we have heard it audibly,
Okay.
and somebody having a conversation in Chinese or Japanese
Yeah.
language. Oh, for sure. But we've never been able to catch it on audio. But we've definitely heard it audibly. It is
Yeah.
just, and I feel like in my mind, I just see them just crawling all over the place in there. And they
Hmm.
still, in their human form, like even in their uniforms that they were in still, but they're in a really weird, funky liminal space. They're very tethered. There's a part of an imprint of them that is tethered in those tunnels.
Yeah.
And, their faces look very distorted. You can tell they're still Asian, but they just, and you can feel it. And if you're anybody that has that type of gift to be able to feel something first and then you get it in your head what it is, they're a little terrifying looking actually, but they don't hurt you or anything, but you very much feel their presence. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or watchers, more like watchers, so but I've also seen shadow figures and heard clicking and women screaming and just there's also like blind snakes in there that will come right up to you. They're white, they're totally white, they're totally blind, that will come, well, they would come right up to me. And I just feel like there's just, honestly, it's like arriving at Hades' door. That's what it feels like, but not in a bad way. It's like if you were to think like, I'm going to go to Hades' cave, like what type of entities you would see moving around and slithering and animals. That's exactly what it feels like to me in there, but not scary, just
there.
Yeah, it's very imprinted in there. So that would be another really neat place for you guys to visit when it's warm.
So for somebody that likes to plan where we go for our investigations and do all that research, I know it's always hot in the desert, but what would be the best time of year to come out there where you're not going to like die,
freeze or die? So because we only have 2 seasons here, it seems like winter, summer. And I would say like right now the weather's starting to warm up, so I would say anytime between now, like mid-May, July is when it really, like mid-July is when it really starts getting hot. From like July to September it can get really, really hot. It really just depends because our seasons have been kind of funky. They tend to last longer, they're overlapping, or you're in the middle of summer and then it hails and I'm like, what is happening? So, but as far as like really not being too cold or too hot, I would say May, June.
Okay.
We could safe right in there, May, June. So
a lot of it depends on if you're around water or not. Because like a long walk one in Nevada, it's pretty cool a lot of the time when it's warm, a little higher.
Yeah, that's more like Tahoe. If it's like Tahoe, the lake, that type of thing. We do have some lakes down here, and obviously the Truckee River and things like that. But Tahoe and Pyramid kind of have a creepy history as well.
Yeah.
Pyramid is a big haunted lake that we have here in the area. It's on a reservation. It's on the Indian, but they allow us to come in and use it. But they have certain sacred ground areas there that you cannot go. They have their water baby tales, and I've heard them. Women moaning on the morning fog. It is just, I just got chills on my arm even thinking about it. There's storms will come up out of nowhere out there. People go missing. They'll go missing in Pyramid, and they find them in Tahoe, and that kind of weird thing. They have what is the lore of water babies? I think don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure it was that they would drown the daughters of the babies in the river at the time.
Right.
And so, yeah, it was, there's just a lot of lore out there, that makes it, sometimes when you're paranormal investigating out there and you're hearing, the cries of children and things like that, it makes it hard, but it's a spooky lake. There's a lot of really weird stuff, and there is pyramids out there in the lake.
I've seen footage of it.
You can't go on.
Yeah, it's but they're pretty staying with, you can do this or you can go here, you can use our land, this and that, but you can't go here. And they have they got a lot of ghost stories out there.
Yeah.
Some really creepy ones out there in the lake, so especially connected to Tahoe.
Yeah. Well, and it's been all through the years that I don't, they get the term myths. Hey, I don't believe in because someplace along the way, somebody had a fear or whatever to make to have that experience, and it was true to them, so therefore it's not a myth.
Yeah, and then the superstition started of why they would do the things that they would do,
Yeah.
to appease the gods or the spirits or, what they believed in. And, it's not all roses, the way that some peoples have practiced their spiritual beliefs. So, yeah, there's a lot of lore out there. There's a lot of lore about Tahoe, too. Tahoe's got some creepy stuff that happens up there. It's just kind of everywhere. It's everywhere out here. You have even your Bigfoot trails up in Tahoe where people have seen sightings, and it's just kind of a mecca all around this area. And I think a lot of it too is this was the part of the Pony Express. It was a lot of people came through here. A lot of Native Americans, a lot of fighting, a lot of the Pony Express, a lot of miners, a lot of millionaires. Just so many people traveled through this area all the way back to villagers that were hunting and fishing and living in these lands before that time even came. So
the Spanish I can't say it. Spanish conquistadors. They came up to Nevada.
Yeah. I mean, there's it's so there's just so much overlapping. I feel like wherever you go, there you can have some sort of experience, and it's always different. You're always interacting with different types of spirits and entities and elementals and cryptids. And I always say, gosh, why did I move to Reno of all places in the country? There's nothing here and it's brown but I really think just the history here and the different echoes of time that is just so imprinted in this area. I think that's what draws people here to really want to be in the mountains and experience what's really out there. And people feel very pulled to this area for some reason. I've even had practitioners that have moved here and been like, I don't know why I'm here. I was pulled here magically, intuitively, spiritually, whatever it is. I've been pulled here, and I need to be in this area. So people just are pulled here.
Yeah. And even if some people don't see it, there is a real beauty to the desert.
Oh yeah.
Definitely.
There's things you can see here that you can't see anywhere else, the desert definitely has its own beauty about it. So it's not too bad. I just wish it was a little more green sometimes. That's when I go to Donner or Tahoe. I feel like I live in two different areas. I'm like literally out, like I'm at Burning Man, where there's no man's land, everything's brown, to let's drive for 25 minutes and you're in the woods and you're in Tahoe and it's beautiful and amazing. And so you get best of both worlds.
Yeah.
Living here. Yeah. So I
And
don't.
you probably seen it too, but in Arizona, I've seen it a lot of times where desert met forest was
Oh,
such a boundary line that
oh, mhm.
rain would even stop for it
Oh
at
yeah.
even place.
And it
Yeah,
is
it's
very
crazy.
interesting how it, like you said, just stops. It
Yep,
just changes.
yep,
You can feel the shift in it. It's yeah, it is it's two totally different
yes.
and
It
it's like
was,
I you what?
I think it was back in what 2018, I think I was working for Whole Foods and I got sent out on a retreat to some God, I can't remember what the resort is, but it was out in Sedona, Arizona,
Uh,
in the middle of the
Uh,
desert. From Sedona, you had to take this one lane dirt road like a half an hour in to
oh,
the retreat, and it was like the best week I ever had.
yeah,
oh, I think I've seen pictures of what that area looks like and it just looks mystical and
yeah, it's pretty.
really,
I'd
really
wake up like every morning at like 4 in the morning and walk off into the desert to watch the sunrise over the mountains, and
oh my gosh,
it
the
was just
desert
like
has phenomenal.
recharging.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We have some of the most beautiful sunsets out this way in the desert.
Yeah,
I've seen pictures of that area and I would just get lost in it. I would
yeah.
just wander and get lost in it. I'd really like to go see
Well,
that.
right up above Sedona is the Mugayan Rim, where Geronimo and all his guys they went along trying to evade the
Yeah,
soldiers.
yeah.
And then in later years after that, Zane Grey had a cabin up on top of there, and that's where he wrote all of his books,
Oh,
all the
interesting.
westerns.
I did not know that.
Yep.
Oh, wow. That's a little learning something today. I did not know that.
Yeah, the cabin still stands there. It's in ruins, but it's still
Oh, it's
there.
still there though.
Yep.
Ooh, I wonder what that would feel like up and around that area.
It's
Him being
different.
very his mind and spirit being very submerged there as he's, being an author and writing. And yeah, I bet you that space feels a little
Yeah.
different than than the space around it.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's awesome. Yeah, I got a lot of things coming up on my bucket list I want to try to get done. Try to not work as much or be so focused on this part all the time and really get out in the next couple of months and um, get some places done and some places visited. We have a place in Sacramento that we're going to. We were talking about going back to the Hornet, me and my girlfriend. I don't know if we're going to do that or not. So, right now I'm just kind of going with the flow and I'm feeling where I'm being pulled and where I'm needed. And I'm really excited about a lot of stuff that we have coming up. And I'm excited for you guys for a lot of the cool stuff you guys have coming up. You post all of your investigation clips, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, we got, I don't know what the exact number of investigations is yet this summer, but it's
Mhm.
the high teens, low
Yeah.
20s for what we have coming up. And
Wow.
I
I've
don't know
been there
how,
where you're just doing it, doing it, doing it. And sometimes you just gotta that's where I'm at. I'm like, I'm going where I'm pulled.
all right. And then, like, podcasts, we got like
Yeah.
so many lined up in the next month. And then July is kind of a lower key month for us. We got one investigation and one event, taking a month off from doing podcasts. But then
Mhm.
I decided, I'm like, well, hey, take July off, start booking podcasts in August. And then
Mhm.
every Friday from September through the end of December, I already got those all booked.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
So it's just like,
But then on the other hand, you're like, whoa.
yeah, it's like,
Whoa.
okay, I need to breathe a little bit and,
Yeah.
you know, spend time with the family and fit that in.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. Just, where do we feel pulled? What do we want to do?
And
Especially around this area. We've investigated a lot of places around here. We need to, but we've been kind of just floating here.
Yeah.
You just get burned out sometimes, or it gets a lot, or, like you said, I need a month off.
yeah, and my youngest daughter, she's interested, but it's like, someday she's only 9, so I'm like, you're too young to go yet.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be able to handle. But I go, someday I'll get you out. And then my wife, she's a total skeptic,
Oh,
but
really?
she likes going, exploring old abandoned locations with me.
Yeah.
And it's like, we do have her going on her first investigation in July. So
Oh,
maybe she'll get hooked and then get
yeah.
my other one older, and then we can go as a family.
Maybe she won't come back a skeptic,
Hopefully not.
right?
Uh,
Yeah, I have my granddaughter, my oldest granddaughter. She's 11 now, and she is so into the paranormal and she's sensitive herself. So, so I'll do like little ghost hunts with her at home or at the cemetery or something. She's like, she wants to go.
uh,
She's ready to hit the pavement and go. And I'm like, not yet, not yet, not yet.
uh,
You think you're ready, but the first loud bang
oh
or
shoot.
something that happens, I don't know if you're ready for that.
But like,
Well, where he's taking her is the place that I had my experience at.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see how that's going to go. I can't wait to hear about that.
right.
Uh,
But like my oldest daughter, she's probably been on like at least 12 investigations now.
Mm-hmm.
She's been to Waverly Hills. We're going back there
Oh,
next month. She's been to Indiana State, Ashmore Estates, Edinburgh. It's like she's got a who's who list of like big locations already.
oh wow. Yeah, she's getting her list together. She's ready to rock and roll.
Oh yeah.
Nice. So you guys are doing Waverly again next month?
Yep.
Nice.
Part of a week-long road trip. We'll be doing what, 6 locations over a week.
yeah.
Oh, wow. You guys are hitting the pavement.
Oh
And a
yeah.
paragon at the end.
Yeah. That's what take some time off, recharge. Well,
Yep.
I wish you guys all the luck on that. I think
Thank
your
you.
investigations are going to be amazing.
I
I'm
think so
curious to
too.
see kind of what you guys catch along the way.
No, for sure. Yeah, once we get back, I still got what, 4 locations of footage to go through and put videos together. So,
Yeah, sometimes the footage and the evidence seems never ending. I'm like, you just have so much.
oh, I know. Well, it's
Why
like
put it all?
my friend Grady last September, him and his team, they went to, was it Licking County Jail, Trans Allegheny, and Waverly Hills,
Oh,
and they still haven't gotten those videos out yet. And he was just telling me he had all the Trans Allegheny footage gone through, all bookmarked on where they had evidence, and they were going to start putting the video together.
oh,
And he didn't think anything of it, but his cat jumped up on his desk and
oh
knocked the
no.
hard drive down, and the hard drive was shot.
Oh
Oh,
So
no.
luckily, he had given his brother, a copy of the footage. So now they got to redo the whole thing.
Oh,
uh,
oh, that's one of those moments. It's like, do I want to continue to do this? Why do I
It
do this to
happens.
myself?
So he told his
uh,
brother, he goes, "You do Trans Allegheny, I'll do Waverly.
Yeah,
I'm not going through that all again."
yeah, yeah. I want to get over to Waverly. That's one big place I haven't done yet. Um, I've just been so dedicated to building this part of my business that we're starting to get to a place now where it's like, okay, now we can really start. So wait, I'm definitely want to go to Waverly. I was actually talking to Vince Klein about it the other night on TikTok. He's like, you should come to Waverly. And I'm like, I'm trying. And he said, oh yeah, I'm basically there. That's like my home away from home,
Yeah.
you know? And I said, I'll get there. I'll get there. I'll get there one day soon, hopefully. Because we're in Nevada. So, I mean, that's a pretty big trip for us, you know,
Yeah. I mean,
over
it's
there.
a big trip for us here in Minnesota.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. For like,
Big trip.
for like us to plan something to come out your way, that's a big
Yeah.
haul.
That's a big haul. Yeah. A big, big haul.
Yeah.
Yeah. At least try. Yeah. It's a lot. All the travel time, setup, investigation time, breakdown home. It's a lot. It's a
Yeah.
big trip. But you guys are booking though. You're
Yeah, we pretty
guys
much
built in.
I pretty much already got next year for where we're going pretty much already locked down, and
Nice. Nice.
but there's always room for a little more.
Mm-hmm. I know, right? Maybe I can squeeze this in here or do this or get
Uh,
this done. Yeah.
Right?
When you live it and breathe it and it's what you do, it's hard to not stay so connected to it, you know?
Exactly.
There's just people that don't paranormal investigate or are not in the paranormal world. They just don't understand, you
yeah.
know? There's just a line there with us and them, but
I'm lucky enough for my place to be kind of like your place where I have stuff here and in and out
yeah,
different times. So it gets my own little hot spot.
yeah, yeah. No, you can't get up here. Kitty's trying to jump on the table. What are you doing? Yeah, he's so silly. So, how many podcasts are you guys doing now? One a week? Yeah.
Sometimes more than one a week. You're our 49th overall.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, there's some I got, 2 in a day.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so like June is pretty well stacked. I probably got like in the next month, we probably got like 20 more.
Oh, wow.
But it's like I keep getting ones that's like they want to do them right away. I'm like, well, I'll see where I can fit them in.
Yeah,
Like
it's hard
once
to,
fall hits, I'll kind of, taper it down to like one a week. And
yeah, yeah.
I just
Nice.
don't want to get too big of a backlog because, like, we record them and then we put them out on YouTube. And we
Yeah.
want to try to put like one out a week, but I might kind of bump that up to two
Mm-hmm.
just to kind of get the backlog not so crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's a lot with the paranormal investigating. You guys are so busy.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
it's fun. I
But
enjoy it.
yeah, exactly. It's what we do, right? I don't have a podcast, but I run my shop, so I understand it's kind of like um I love it though. I wouldn't trade it for anything.
No. And then it's like I keep coming up with different ideas. I'm like, well, we got to do this at this location
Mm-hmm.
or hear about other locations and then want to add them on sooner than later.
Mm-hmm.
And then come across other people that I want to jump on the podcast with. And it's like, I got probably like 50 screenshots of people on my phone that I haven't reached out to yet.
Oh, geez. Well, that's good though. It keeps you busy, and it keeps everybody talking about what's happening in the paranormal community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sharing each other's experiences and wanting to learn new things and what's coming up for different people in
Yeah. And
the
just get
community.
everybody else's perspective on things on like
Yeah.
how they do things and,
Mm-hmm.
share ideas and
Yeah,
set up
absolutely.
collaborations with other teams. And
Yeah. Yeah, that's what it's all about. That's what I'm very much about. Working together and educating each other, and we're all in it together. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm very much about collaborating, working together, even
Yep.
here at my business. So I think it's great what you guys are doing. And thank you so much for inviting me to come on.
Yes, you're welcome.
Thanks for
So,
coming on.
so one last thing we like to do on the podcast is give you an opportunity to let people know where they can find you on your, website, social media.
Okay, so I'm on TikTok. I have my personal page, which is the Otherworldly Witch. You can also follow my second page, which is my business page, which is The Raven's Realm. On TikTok, we're also on Instagram. Ghost Reapers is also on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. And yeah, all those are the platforms that we're on right now. So you can find me there for anything, any type of spell work, readings, anything like that. You can find me there, and all my services on our social media platforms.
All right, and we got a special guest. She decided to pop back.
Hello, you're back.
I'm back.
And we're just getting done.
Dude, Tom was like 10 minutes late.
No, we're still recording.
I know.
Okay, well, anyways.
Totally fine.
We thank you for being on.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me. I appreciate what you guys are doing, and thanks for chatting with me, and I appreciate you guys, and hopefully we can get together again soon. If you guys come out this way, hit me up, let me know. Me and some people would love to show you guys around.
All right.
If you need any services, you know where to find me, and I would love to be back.
All right. Yeah. We definitely will stay in touch.
Okay, man. It was so nice to meet you and Chad.
Yep. Thank you. Definitely have to check out your shop if we're out there.
Yeah, for sure. We'll be in touch again.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
All right. You have a great rest of your night.
Have a good night. Good luck.
All right.
Yep. Bye.
Okay. Bye-bye.